Hello, everyone. Hi. Can everyone see and hear me okay? Please just type in the chat if you can see and hear me. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Can you see and hear me, everybody? Hi, welcome. Awesome. Well, welcome everyone, clear and loud. That's great. Can you please type in the chat, where are you from? My name is Tutor Nicole. I'm from the United States. Where are you from? Hi. Hi from India. Hello from Turkey. Hi from India and Turkey and Iraq. Hi. Is it morning, afternoon, or evening? For me, it's morning. Hi from Croatia and Egypt and Brazil. Hello, everyone. Hi from Saudi Arabia. Hi from Brazil. How are you today, everyone? Okay, good afternoon, good evening. For me, good morning. Hi, thank you for joining me today, guys. All right, so we will get started in just a second. Again, my name is Tutor Nicole, and today we are learning all about camping and camping vocabulary. Hi! If you guys join late, no worries, because we will get started. You can watch the video from the beginning after we're done, okay? Hi. All right, let's get started, everyone. So happy Saturday. Again, my name is Nicole. I'm a tutor on Cambly. And today we're learning about camping vocabulary. Has anyone in this live ever camped before? Have you ever gone camping? I have gone camping maybe 5 times. Have you gone camping? Yeah? Good. Okay. Well, do you like to camp? Do you like to camp? Yes, I like to camp too. What season do you like camping? I really like camping in the fall and in the spring, because in the winter it's too cold and in the summer it's too hot. So what season do you like camping? Yeah, awesome. Okay. My next question, you guys, is what do you need to bring when camping? So these are some things up here I have listed. You need a tent, a sleeping bag, hiking boots, bug spray and sunscreen, maybe a flashlight. So what do you think you need to bring or to pack when you go camping? Okay, so these are some examples. What else do you need when camping? Maybe a sleeping bag or some hiking boots. Okay, so you can type in the chat. Yeah, you need a cell phone. People, it's fun with people. You need a lighter, a lamp, a match. Good, you do. Maybe you need binoculars so you can bird watch. Yeah, a blanket, food. Yes, these are all things that you need. My next question is, who do you like to go camping with? I like to go camping. Oh, sorry, it was my dog. I like to go camping with my family. Yes, very good. Okay. So, as you know, camping takes a lot of preparation. That means you have to prepare a lot. You have to pack a lot. It takes a lot of preparation and planning to go camping. You need to pack clothes, a tent, a sleeping bag, hiking boots, food. It takes a lot of preparation. So, we're going to talk about the steps. So, your first thing before you go camping, you have to pick a spot. So, where do you want to go camping? A lot of times, you have to make a reservation to go camping in a park. Number two, you have to make a packing list, what you need to pack. Number three, organize your gear. So, organize the things you bring. And number four, you get to go camping. So Desi has a question. Is it a flashlight or a torch? I speak American English and we call it a flashlight. Maybe in British English they call it a torch, but I'm not sure. Victoria, gear is the things that you bring to go camping. So this is all gear: a tent, a sleeping bag, a flashlight. It's camping gear, things you need. Let's talk about the surroundings. So, what's around you when you camp? Number one, it's a campsite. So, your campsite is the area where you set up your tent. And again, sometimes you need a reservation for your campsite. My favorite location is the fire pit. I love the fire pit because this is the area where you can build a fire. And I like to roast food over the fire pit. I like to roast s'mores and hot dogs and have good conversation around the fire pit. Our next word, this is something interesting. This is called an outhouse. An outhouse is the same thing as an outdoor toilet. So when you go camping, sometimes you need an outhouse. Okay? Picnic table. A picnic table is a table with a bench, and you use it to eat outside. So this is a picnic table. It's a table with a bench. So we eat when we go camping, we eat at the picnic table. Sorry. The next words are accommodations. So places that you can sleep when you go camping. The first place you can sleep is a tent. A tent is a portable shelter with metal and fabric. In this picture, this is a tent right here. That's a tent. Okay. Another place you can sleep when you go camping is a cabin. A cabin is a small house in a rural area. Typically, cabins are made from wood. Yeah, wood. And you can rent a cabin. It's more expensive. Another place you can sleep when you go camping is an RV. An RV is a big vehicle and it has a bed and a toilet and a shower and a kitchen. This is called an RV. RVs are very big, and you can drive RVs. Okay. You could also stay in a trailer. You can't drive the trailer, but you attach the trailer to your car and you bring the trailer. So it's a wheeled structure with no engine, and you can tow it by a car or a truck, and it has a bed inside. So that's a trailer. Okay. Now, our next subject is equipment and supplies. You could also call this gear. So, gear or equipment that you would bring camping. Okay, our first word, binoculars. You can bring binoculars to look at birds from far away. Another thing you'll need is a tent. You need a tent to go camping. If you want something hot or cold, you could bring a thermos flask. Okay, I like these because they keep my water cold or hot. Okay, another thing you can bring, in American English, we call this a flashlight, but I think it's also called a torchlight in British English. So, torchlight or flashlight, you need one of those because a lot of times you don't have electricity. You need a sleeping bag. So you don't bring a mattress typically when you go camping. You bring a sleeping bag with a pillow. You will need to bring a lantern so that you can see in the dark. This is a lantern. This is a caravan. You can also call this an RV. So you could buy a caravan and sleep in a caravan, and you can travel and sleep. Sometimes you might need an axe to cut wood. Axe. You might need matches to make a fire or to light a lantern. Matches. If you don't want to get lost, you need to bring a compass. So you can tell what direction, and this is a compass. Or you could bring your phone. You will also need a knife. You'll need a knife. To pack, okay, so to pack your clothes and your gear and your equipment, you need to bring a backpack. You need to bring a backpack. If you want to stay warm, you can make a campfire. I love campfires because you can cook food in campfires. If you want to go hiking, you'll need to bring hiking boots. Hiking boots. You'll also need a lighter to make fire. A lighter. You might need to bring rope. Rope. And if you want to eat good food, you'll need a barbecue. You could do a barbecue or you could cook your food at the campfire. Okay? You also might need to bring gloves. Okay, gloves. Okay, so here are some things that I think you really need to bring. Okay? And tell me if you know what this is. Okay. First one is bug spray or bug repellent. This is a chemical sprayed on skin to protect from bug bites. Okay, so to stay away from mosquitoes, you would need bug spray. Bug spray. If you want to keep your food and drinks cold, you need to bring a cooler. A cooler is an insulated box to keep food and drinks cool. Okay, that's a cooler. If you think you might get hurt, you need to bring a first aid kit. A first aid kit is box containing supplies to treat injuries like Band-Aids. I have a Band-Aid. This is a first aid kit. Okay, if you don't want to get wet when camping, you need a tarp. A tarp is a big plastic sheet, and it's large and waterproof to protect you from the rain. So you need to pack a tarp. Let's talk about some activities. So what activities do you think we could do when camping? Type in the chat, what activities do you like to do when you go camping? What activities do you like to do when you go camping? Ooh, play cards. Sleep, yeah. Hike, hunt. Oh, swim in rivers. Okay. Camp by the lake. Okay. Going jogging. Collect wood for a campfire. Climb mountains, go hiking. Okay. Pilates. Hike or climb mountains, go fishing, eat good food. Yeah, I love these ideas. So thank you for sharing some activities. I will share some activities with you, okay? What I like to do when I go camping is I like to go canoeing. So you can go canoeing in a river or a lake. And it's an activity where you paddle a long and thin boat. Typically, you go canoeing with another person. So you can go canoeing like this. I love to go canoeing. You can also go fishing. You can catch fish. At night, you can go stargazing. So stargazing is fun at night when you go camping because you can see the sky is clear and you can watch the stars and the moon. I like to go stargazing. Please tell me if you also like to go stargazing or hiking. Okay, this might be more American, but if you have a campfire, you can roast marshmallows, the white, fluffy, sugary dessert. So you put marshmallows on a stick and cook it in the fire, and you make the dessert called s'mores. It's very American, but this is called roast marshmallows. I like to go hiking when I go camping. When you go hiking, you just take a long walk through the forest on a trail. Okay? So, I want you to pretend that you have a camping trip planned. So just think, if you were to go camping, okay, right now, what do you need? What do you need to pack or to bring? Type in the chat, I need to pack, and then name 10 things that you need to pack. Okay, so type in the chat, I need to pack, and then name 10 things. So what do you need to pack? So name 10 things. Tell me 10 things that you need to pack. So, for example, I need to pack a tent, a sleeping bag, hiking boots, binoculars, a lighter, bug spray, sunscreen. Okay, so what do you need to pack or bring? Okay, so I need to pack tea bags, a kettle, mugs. I need to pack a tent or a floating bed. Okay. This is called an air mattress. A floating bed is called an air mattress. Okay. I need to pack sunscreen, a flashlight, sunglasses. Okay. Good. Good job, you guys. Thank you for sharing. Now, you know what you need to pack. Now tell me, what 5 activities could you do? Okay. If I were to go camping, I would go canoeing, I would roast marshmallows, I would play cards, I would go hiking, and I would spend time with my family. What activities would you do? You can type in the chat. If I went camping, I would. So you can start your sentence. If I went camping, I would. If you went camping, what would you do? And then name 5 activities. Okay? If I went camping, I would go fishing. Okay, good. You can type in the chat your answers for practice. Now we're going to play a game. You have to guess what the gear or item is. So what is blank called? Okay. What would you call the area where you set up your tent? What is the area where you set up your tent called? It starts with the letter C. This area is called a campsite. Okay, that's a campsite. Good. All right. What is a place to eat outside? It's a piece of furniture and it has a table and a bench to eat outside. What is this called? Very good, Victoria. Yeah, this is a picnic table. Good. What is the name of a small house in a rural area? Typically made from wood. You can sleep here. This is called a cabin. Cabin. What is the chemical to protect you from bugs like mosquitoes? What is this called? This is called bug spray or bug repellent. Good. What is called the bag that you wear on your back? A bag on your back. This is called a backpack. Good. All right. So this is not a lantern. This is not a lantern, but what is a portable light that you use in the dark to see? Okay, and you can hold it like this. There's 2 names. What's the American word? The American word is flashlight. Does anyone know the British word? The British word is torchlight. Yes. Good. What is the waterproof material to protect you from rain? To keep the rain away, what is this called? Good. You guys are so smart. Yeah, this is a tarp. Tarp. What's the activity called where you can watch stars? What do you call it when you watch stars? If you watch stars, this is called stargazing. Stargazing. Good. What is the activity where you row a thin boat on a river or a lake? Yes, this is called canoeing. Canoeing. Okay. Great job on the test. You guys are so smart and you did amazing. Now for some fun, I want you to plan your ideal camping trip. So we're going to plan our ideal camping trip. And I want you to type in the chat and tell me, where would you go? Who would you go with? What activities would you do? And for how long would you go camping? Here is my example. So I would go to Glacier National Park with my family. We would go hiking and canoeing on the lake for 1 week. So tell me in a paragraph, okay, in many sentences, where would you go? Who would you go with? What activities and for how long? It's starting to rain. I'm glad I have a tarp. Again, you can just type in the chat your answers, type away, and I'll read some of your answers. While we wait for your answers, can I have you please name some famous national parks? Some famous national parks in the United States. Tell me, have you ever heard of the Grand Canyon? The Grand Canyon? What other national parks do you know? A national park is a park in your nation, in your country. Okay, awesome. Another question I have for you is, what is on your bucket list? So your bucket list is a list of things you want to do while you're alive before you die. I want to see the world. That could be my bucket list. So a bucket list is a dream. You can have many things on your bucket list. Okay? One of my bucket list items is to go camping in Nepal or to hike in Japan. So what is on your bucket list? Okay, you want to go to Australia? That's cool. Travel around the world. Maybe go skydiving. Okay, awesome. All right, I have a few more questions for you, and you can type in the chat. So, what activities can you do while camping? We talked about a few, but let's talk about a few more, okay? So, some more activities you can do while camping are you could go bird watching. So, you can take your binoculars and go bird watching, okay? You could also, I know we talked about going canoeing, but you can also go kayaking, okay? So this is kayaking, this is canoeing. Kayaking is a little smaller than canoeing, and you typically kayak with one person, okay? We know that you can go hiking. You can have a campfire. What I like to do with my friends and family at a campfire is sit around and tell stories and play games. Okay? You could skip rocks at the lake. Okay? So these thin rocks, you throw and skip, 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 skip. Okay? This is called skipping rocks. Skipping rocks. We know if you go camping, you can go fishing. Go fishing. You can go sunbathing, okay? Soak up the sun. You can go sunbathing. What I like to do when I go camping is you can relax in a hammock. So you set up a hammock with one tree and another tree, and a hammock goes like this, connecting trees. You can sleep in a hammock, relax in a hammock, take a nap in a hammock. You can also go bike riding. I like to ride my bike and I like to roller skate. We know that you can go stargazing. Stargazing. One other thing you can do, we know you can canoe and kayak, but a new thing is you can go paddleboarding. Paddleboarding is where you stand up on a board and you row. So you stand on a paddleboard. Yeah. And the last thing I think you can do is you can hang out with family or friends when you go camping. Okay, that is all that I have for us today. Please just type in the chat. Do you have any questions for me? Some other things that you can think of, some verbs that you can use when talking about camping. You have to pack to go camping. When you're done camping, you have to unpack your gear or equipment. To hike, to camp, to set up. So you might have to set up your tent in your campsite. And when you're done and it's time to go home, you have to take down your tent or take down your tent on your campsite. And if you want to go camping, you have to plan your trip. Okay, so these are some verbs that you can use. And other than that, do you have any questions for me? I had so much fun today talking with you guys about camping. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you joined the live session late, that's okay, because when the video is done on YouTube, you can watch from the very beginning. And if you don't know what Cambly is, I am a teacher on Cambly, and it's an online English learning platform where you can learn English with native English speakers. So when will I go camping? I will go camping this summer in the state of Michigan. Thank you. When will you go camping? All right, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you so much for watching the live session today. And I hope that soon you can go camping. Okay, bye. Thank you.